Alright, good morning everyone. Alright, my coffee is ready. And we continue exactly where we left off yesterday. With Debezium, with Kafka, all the good stuff. Essentially, it's a finishing line. However, there are more things we can add. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, we can do context. Respond back to producer. Should I do Saga? Some kind of migrations. Okay, let's finish what we have right now. This doesn't work yet. I've added basic domain. I'm not gonna say that it's the correct placement, but I don't wanna get crazy with adding mappers and mapping to domain, to infrastructure, to all the stuff. I'm doing this at my job already, so I don't want to feel this. I don't want this to be like a job. Alrighty, nevertheless, the goal is to finish mapping messages because we were receiving from Debezium in some kind of weird format. Actually, let me start Debezium. I deleted the volumes because I think there was a problem with that. Actually, do I have the correct configurations for Debezium? Let me check. Yeah, seems fine. Okay. Actually, no. That's fine. We need to add decimal handling. Ah, yeah, decimal handling is here for string. Let's see if it's gonna fix the problem I had. Right, as usually, I'm gonna be doing some Pomodoro sessions. Let me adjust the timer. Today I'm gonna be doing 250 minutes. And yeah, feel free to ask any questions. I might be focusing on the work. But anyways, after the Pomodoros, I will check all the questions. Alright, let's jump into coding. New productions. Hey man. Okay, let's create this stuff. Alright, we have logical replication. Or replica slots. I remove the volumes so I have nothing in database. Should add some kind of migration tool. I've got into Golang recently after waiting to try it out for over 8 months. Oh, nice, man. Good job. Hope you're enjoying it. Right, why the table payment does not exist? Let us say it's an awesome programming language, better than TypeScript in some ways too. Yeah, it is. I'm enjoying it so far, right? I'm from JavaScript land as well. So for me, a lot of new concepts, right? And I'm enjoying learning them, you know, like new challenge, new mountain to climb. Oh yeah, I was running on a wrong database. Let's create all of this one more time. Nice, yeah. I mean, I'm doing this for fun, in a way. Obviously, it's challenging to stream every day, almost. But anyways, kind of fun. The point I'm trying to make is that, yeah, I got bored with JavaScript a while ago. And Golang seems like a fun option right now. Maybe I will get bored with it as well at some point, like human nature. But so far, I'm enjoying it. The only problem is I was thinking about making maybe some kind of game in Golang, but from what I see, it's not really suitable for games because of the garbage collector, but nevertheless, maybe I will try. But in any case, it's easier afterwards to jump from Golang to something else, even deeper, like C++, Rust. Guys were recommending to me even Zig already on the stream. Alright, but I'm going off topic. Alright, let's do some coding. What do we have? Alright. Amount is in decimals. Okay, that's what we needed. I do miss TypeScript type system sometimes. Same, I want to get into Rust soon. So yeah, pretty much. I'm not sure about Rust. I'm not in the hype train of the Rust, but maybe, let's see. But my long-term plan is C++. But I don't know. I think to get good with Golang, with my current pace, if nothing will change, it will take at least 1.5, 2 years. So that's my plan. Next a year at least I will do Golang. Who knows? I do miss TypeScript type system. I don't. I don't know. I don't. Golang's is obviously much stricter, but it's a type system, not in TypeScript. I had a lot of issues with it when it was mapping. I mean, it will tell you it's okay, right? Because it is what it is, right? It's not a real type system. And then you're getting into problems. But anyways, it's better than Python, which doesn't have anything. Right, so what do we have? We are inserting. We need to make sure that into save we are providing the correct stuff. And we were unable to marshal here. Okay, let me add debugger before handle message. Python was my first programming language, now I despise it. I didn't write that much Python, I'll be honest. But yeah, whatever, maybe it's a lack of experience, but for me, like writing without type system and this indentation, like I don't know why they chose this adding tabs, all this, like for me it's so weird, like all the programming languages are the same and they decided to do it differently. Especially right now with AI, when you copy paste a lot of stuff, it was so annoying. Yeah, so I had to do some stuff with Python, but if I had a choice, I wouldn't. Yeah, I especially hate snake casing. Well, I can live with that. Snake casing is fine. I think Rust guys actually they use snake casing. However, yeah, the indentation for me that was like indentation and no type safety. Like what I like about Golang and TypeScript as well, right? I can go into this function. Okay, I can go into library, right? I can go into Kafka and I can look it up. What's written here, right? In Python you can kind of do this, but you can't, right? In TypeScript I don't really open documentation that often, right? Unless obviously I have here like for some specifics, but I don't, right? You can understand the library from installed package. In Golang this is like even way better, right? I can go into logros and look whatever is here. Okay, maybe not like this, but right, I can find logros and just go into method. I can see, right, all the everything what's in here, and it's so useful, right? You can just, you don't leave the IDE, you understand, and you always look at the code how other developers wrote it. Especially for me, like right now I'm learning, I can jump in quickly, look, oh, what's happening here, what's happening, how did they write this library, how did they write this. And in in Python I remember I looked into it and everything was like returned any. I'm like, what the hell? So what type is it this function is supposed to return? Yeah, so that was really annoying when it's like, all right, fine, I can write camel case against snake case, right? It's like, okay, a bit of like getting used to it. But when you need to switch between IDE, you need to like, it's really slowing you down, not just like a little bit. It's like I'm writing code slower, I'm having more bugs because I don't have type safety, right? Then it's like, this is like a real problem. Curious, do you use AI? I've recently started using Kcode. I think it's pretty good. Yeah, I use AI. Well, AI is a tool, right? Once again, some guys joined the stream and they saw like I'm using some AI and they're like, don't use it. I'm like, why? Why not? It's, I get it, like a lot of YouTubers, they make it like a religion, you know, build a brand around it. But nevertheless, it's just a tool, right? Depends how you use it. Like when I'm coding, when I'm doing like my morning study sessions, I don't use it that often, but I ask questions, right? Like if I'm stuck, before AI, I was going to Stack Overflow, right? And reading there, so what's the difference? I'm getting even higher quality answers. I don't use it for writing the entire thing, right? I use it for something I'm stuck with, like, I don't know, some syntax or something, or just to get overall idea how I can solve this problem, and then I would write it myself, right? So I think it's a great tool. I don't have anything against it, and this idea that it will replace developers, I think it's already been answered, that it's not gonna happen, at least in the nearest future. So why not use it? I don't know. I think it's good for studying as well. It's like obviously it's not gonna give you correct answers all the time, but I would open someone else's code, right? And just ask why this guy is doing this and this and this. Because previously, before AI, it was very problematic. I was like learning tutorials, and for a person who is teaching, right, it may be like obvious some moments, and for me some like one line, like I can't understand why is he doing this part in here, right? And then it would took me like an hour to figure it out. And now I can just ask AI and I'm like, oh, okay, I got it. And you can move on, right? So you can study faster from the videos, from other tutorials, right? From other articles. And yeah, just overall, like right now I use it a lot for, like I want to solve some kind of problem. Like for example, I want to make a game, right? And I have no clue how to make it. I can write into AI, like, how can I do this and this? And it will give me an idea. At least I have some kind of direction where to move, right? It's kind of very valuable as well. Yeah, that's a conclusion I've came to. Sorry, bro, for disturbing you. Gotta go. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, have fun at work. Saturday, but nevertheless, yeah, we are working, we are coding. Take care, man. All right. Time to write some code. Indeed. HAPEX interface, everything a device, not testable down the road. Well, who said I'm gonna test it? Right? Well, and well, maybe. For now, I don't wanna overcomplicate. It's just a test project, right? I'm not playing in clean architecture here. V1 Gopher, finally someone who uses greatest language. True to that, brother. I'm a beginner, Golang beginner. Only learning. Getting there. Right, so we are saving into database. We are saving into database. Should I add a reply back to producer to make it sort of like a saga? Is it gonna be over complex? Alright, let's clean up the code a bit. This is done. These are done. Right, let's take a quick break. Coding with Fabs. What's the song a playlist? It's a free background music. Are you in Twitch or in YouTube? Okay, let me find it. Not sure which song you were referring to, but should be maybe this guy. Just a free background, like relaxing music that's not being punished by YouTube. Did I tell you that I miss you? Probably not, but thanks. Alright, so I actually finished what I wanted to finish. Like general stuff. Right now, there are things I don't know how to provide correctly context. We can either do that, because I'm not sure that this is the correct way, or I can add more into Debezium and we can send message back, sort of like Saga. Alright, since this is Debezium stuff, let's do Debezium stuff. Let me create another here, public. What did I name it? Really figure out the way to do this automatically, not by hand. Okay. Yes, something. All right. Seems like it is on. Let me actually commit before that, because it might break something. So I think on consumer side, I'm not gonna add any database, but just we're gonna consume messages. So in our HTTP server, we need to add consumer here as well, not only producer. Where is our producer? Ah, we don't have any producer, right? Because we're using Debezium bin. So how are we gonna do this? Howdy, what's cooking? Howdy. I am playing around with Debezium. We are streaming events whenever we save something into database. They're being automatically sent into Kafka. That's what Debezium does. So essentially, I already finished what I planned for today. I thought I'm gonna be stuck for a bit longer, but nevertheless, now I wanna... We're already streaming one side. Yeah, Debezium. And now I wanna reply back. Is it a new project? I guess. So it's in my repo here. It's in a separate branch. Go API practice. And here Kafka CDC. And in it there is Kafka CDC. So Kafka CDC branch and Kafka CDC folder. If you want to look it out. Yeah, I'm using Kafka. Cool, thanks. Hey buddy, you working hard? Well, I make it look hard. Not that hard. Can you share the link? Sure. Did it send to... I think it sent it to Twitch. I'll send it again. Thanks, no problem. Now I'm just playing around. I wanna add reply back. So I'm saving into database. There is already like inbox service. Saves into database. And then I wanna basically send it back again. That is like kinda confirmed. We should actually change the... So I'm just playing around. Yeah, it's not like I'm building something fancy here. The reasoning behind it is that I have this kind of setup at my job and I'm gonna be working, and I'm already working with it, but I didn't set it up right when I came to work. When I came to this project, it was already done by somebody else and I kind of use it, but I never, you know, build it myself from scratch. So I want to play around, understand the options, configurations. One question is the channel videos. There are last two videos, part 1 and part 2, because I suit two videos numbered 5. Yeah, they're about... Okay, maybe it's a bit confusing. Show you. So we have... we have different playlists. One is about... Kafka Go, another about just basics of Kafka. So one is specific to just about Golang, like worker pool, concurrency, throttling, right? Just micro projects. And that's why it's like number 5 in this playlist. And this one is number 5 in Kafka related stuff. And one of the guys asked me to add everything Kafka related to this playlist. So I'm going to be adding live sessions here. Let's see if it's going to be more comfortable for you guys to follow, because he said it's hard to follow your live sessions. So number 5, yeah, I kind of was posting them in parallel, a bit confusing, but these are two different playlists essentially. And yeah, I'm showing you in my studio, but actually it's right the same here. So Go Learning Journey and Go Kafka. right? 2 playlists. All right, today is more yapping than coding, actually, but okay. It's Saturday. Do you have the Docker Compose for Debezium and Kafka in the repo? Yes, I do have. Thank you. Now it's clear for me. No problem, man. So, Docker. There we go. There it is. I have sometimes problem then when I stop and restart. Sometimes Kafka does not. I'm getting errors in Kafka. I need to figure it out why it's happening, right? But I'm a bit lazy. So yeah, just sometimes you need to down your containers, then start them up. That's the only problem. I think the problem was not with Kafka, but Kaf drop. But I remember I added fix for it, and then I probably overwrote the file. So I broke something. Yeah, I should spend some time fixing it, but yeah, I'm a bit lazy. I'm not a fond of this configuration DevOpsy stuff. Although I'm doing DevOps stuff quite often at my job. Basic stuff. Probably that's why I don't want to do this at my free time. Right. So we have registry. Let's create a new handlers. Do we want to parse it? Okay. Do you try Friends Go library to talk to Kafka instead of Confluent Go lib? No, I haven't. I used only Confluent one. Once again, the reasoning because we have it at my job, right? So for me, it's like trying to be as close as possible to the tools I'm going to use. We need this, probably not. Or maybe we do. Is it something special there? I mean, it's just a tool, right? I don't really, I have one working, right? If I need to learn another one, I will learn it. But overall, it's just a tool. I don't really care about that stuff. I found the one that works, and that's it, I use it. Right. Use FransGo for a long time and like you never tried something else. Yeah, I mean, if it works, it works. Well, you can start my project, right? Well, there will be some differences, but the overall, it's all the same under the hood, right? Red Panda instead of Confluent Kafka. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, as I said, my motivation is because we have it at my job, and yeah. For now, I don't see a point learning something else. If I will need to, I will learn it, right? Just a tool. Maybe some methods will be named differently, but the rest is the same. Web UI client, this is cuff drop. I don't know, once again. Well, actually, this is just the first one I found myself. And it does the job, right? I can look which topics I have. I can go into topic, look at partitions. I mean, that's enough for me. Kafka in the band bus in Portuguese have fun. I didn't know there was a channel on Twitch. Is there a link to follow you? Yeah, you can just go into my channel and hit follow. I don't know if there is a special link for that. Let me send it to you. On to YouTube. I don't know if do they provide a special link. I mean, I cannot hit myself. Alrighty. Alright, thanks for the follow. Thanks, man. Yeah, as you can see now you have Twitch tag. I was actually thinking about maybe writing the... So I'm using a tool that shows me messages for both like YouTube and Twitch. And as you can see, it adds like icons where you're writing from. So I don't know. I was thinking about writing this kind of tool myself. Maybe at some time for fun to play around with WebSockets and Kafka, because it's going to be WebSockets, right? Obviously, I'm not having a lot of messages, right? So I don't need to scale it, but overall, how to scale it. Okay, that's a big project, but maybe I will do it at some point. Write this kind of tool myself, so I will receive all the messages, they will be sent somewhere, and then I will adjust them and reply back. Alright. Okay, I lost my trail of thought already. Okay, maybe doing the reply will take a while, because I need to add a lot of mapping, a lot of new stuff. Well, actually, still have a lot of time. Should I add these domain methods? Alright, let's make a simple version and then we can improve it. Obviously, I'm writing here inbox reply, right? This should be something more appropriate. There should be something like, I don't know. Well, the thing is I created payment first, but ideally you will have some kind of order, then you will have payment, and then it will reply back. But I just created payment and inbox reply, right? It will be some other domain entity, domain whatever, something else that's being created after payment. For me, right, just inbox reply, it's a placeholder. Okay, so here I'm going to be using repo directly because I don't want to add too many layers just to play around. think we will have here just inbox ID, aggregate ID. String. Do we need time? We don't need this. Metadata as well. Created date. Status. Let's skip it. This will come as a string. Otherwise, she will parse it. No, we don't need this. Well, does anyone knows if I will unmarshal directly into this custom type string, will it understand? In theory, it's just a string, right? Okay, let's set aggregate type, cdc get type, and I think this will be it. We don't need anything else. Let's keep it simple. And here will be repo inbox event, time duration, okay. Why am I not getting errors? I changed the type. Oh, I'm getting errors. Why? Oh, okay. Makes sense. Yeah, I'm probably winning this logic as well. That's fine. Wait. Right. Let's remove this from here, place it in just in registry as a helper. Okay, should be good. Right. Obviously it's not very pretty, right? Everything in the same main file. We can make it look better, move handlers, create services, everything, yada yada. And the point is just to learn how to use the tool. Okay, I think we are good. Place some debuggers. Yeah. Five a.m. I'm going to bed. Finish reviewing the code. Take care. See you later. Good night, man. Or good morning already. See you next time. My consumer for some reason is not connecting. Sometimes it happens. I think I did install the consumer, right? Yeah. Not sure why this guy is not connecting. Yeah, we started one more time, run consumer. Okay. Working, but we are not. Doesn't look like we are parsing the message. Anyways, the inbox is working. And we are receiving messages on the reply automatically without publishing anything. So Debezium is working, but I am making mistakes somewhere parsing messages. Okay, let's debug it. Not sure why logros logs are not appearing in debugger. It's kind of strange. Receiving message nil. Okay. Error. Timeout. Okay. Alright, now we got a sign. Now we got the message. The value. Alright, should be fine. We've got parsed, Debezium message, operation create, correct. Get event type, event box created, correct. Get handler, did we get the handler? Handler, inbox reply handler, all good. Message channel, inbox event, yes, all good. Let's have a look what we have here and here. All right, parsed message. Okay, we didn't parse the message. What did we receive? The whole event. Okay, where am I making a mistake? Why we are not parsing it? Metadata. Is it valid metadata? Partition 0, offset 0. Yeah, all good, all good. Message, yes. Why is it not parsing? Okay, maybe I'm stupid. Yeah, we are doing it here. Okay. Nope. Yeah, not should parse here. Don't have any errors. I'm stupid. Yeah, there we go. After all is here. Okay. So both sites are working. So we should rename it to not audit something else. But nevertheless, here we don't have any messages, right? We're not producing anything. Now we will start producing. We will be both producing and consuming once the message got saved via this API part into inbox table. Obviously this can be different databases. Well, I will make a video about that probably tomorrow. We got 2 partitions revoked. Yes, yep. So rebalancing is working fine. Sets are being committed. All good. Okay, am I not producing messages? Ah, I created the same API. Created to say of the same consumer. And I'm like, why is it rebalancing? Alright, not the most productive work today, but nevertheless, we made some progress. Alright, so our consumer original, the inbox, is receiving messages. They should be now being published to automatically to Kafka. Yep. And we got a bunch of messages once we connected here, and here inbox reply success. As you can see, it is happening here, so we are receiving message automatically. Now we've committed all the offsets. So we created registry. Into registry we are adding a handler. Each API has a different handler. So in here we have, should place them on the different sides. So here we have payment handler, which receives payment created automatically. And here we have inbox event, right? We are saving this into inbox. Obviously, as I said, we can rename it to something else. We are adding registry. We can have a lot of handlers. And then we are just handling those messages once they arrive. But the main point is that I don't have a producer anywhere. We are just using the Debezium, everything being produced automatically. And this is their foundation for Saga pattern, for choreography Saga. So each consumer knows what he has to do in case if he gets success, error. So whenever something being saved to the database, it emits event. Someone else catches this event, produces next event, and so on. If there is an error somewhere, it must produce like a compensating, it produces a different event, and we must do a compensating action. Alright, I think in general this is it. So everything is working. The code is not the prettiest, obviously. Especially right now for this part, right, for the registry. Here I'm writing to domain, but I'm just having repo event inbox in. Ideally, we should create a domain and add mappers and map everything from domain to repo and yada yada. I did it for payment, right? And also, obviously, we can add more layers. Well, someone wrote here that I should add interfaces, and he's correct, I should. Well, if it was a production, right, probably I would add interfaces for all of that. Alright, let me commit the changes. Should actually share context with handler, maybe even not. We have context here. We need context in here. Yeah, probably, yeah. Alrighty, guys. I think I'm gonna be wrapping it up for today. I'm actually curious what will happen. Can we send context via channel? Let me ask Claude. Yeah. I thought about that it's gonna create. Yeah, just like not really a good approach. Yeah, makes sense. I can add it into the Debezium message, right? And just pass it like so. Why did I not think about it? Okay. Yeah, I like this. We need to add context into message and then just send message with context. This really makes sense. Well, yeah, straightforward. I was having a way more complicated solution in my head for some reason. Okay, the rest is just blah blah blah. Whatever. Okay. Well, let me think about it actually. So we have context in the Debezium message. Then we are creating a handler. Debezium message, right? Yeah, we are sending it. Here we are receiving it. Yeah. So we have the same context. And now in here, not in here, in here. Right, we're gonna have the same context. We don't need to create this stuff. Okay. We can pass and cancel function as well, but for now I'm not gonna. Seems like I don't really need it. Right, so this is donezo, and this will be payment event CTX, like so. So we share the same context now. And pretty much this is it. The only thing in consumer look. We can make this timeout. So this operation should take, I don't know, time second, time 30, should be more than enough. Let's cancel func. Okay, maybe we can create context within the handler. Okay, I think it's fine for now without cancel, just background. And if needed, we can provide cancel function as well. but overall we have the same context now available everywhere, starting from consumer to database operation, which is much better. Okay, let me commit this. Alrighty guys, I think I'm gonna be wrapping it up for today. Overall, I think the Kafka section is done. I'm gonna make some videos about it, and then I think I'm gonna be streaming more about performance testing. I think for now this is good. Obviously there are more topics. We can go deeper, much deeper into creation of sagas. I can, like, what do I do in my to-dos? Add context, yeah, this is done. Respond back to producer, done. We can add migration for Debezium because I was running like just manually, right? This kind of stuff, and I mean, it's fine, but prefer to have some kind of automatic something. So I was thinking about building like a tool, like something that will parse a message. Parse text, files, and then automatically understand that there is a change in this JSON and we need to put it and then save, update into database, something like that. But for now, I think this is alright. This is like already a different tool and would be an overkill. Obviously, we can add a proper saga, we can add orchestrator saga, we can combine outbox pattern with Debezium, because Debezium has, right, this transforms for outbox. I'll talk about this in the video. Alright guys, I'll keep stream running for a few more minutes. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll take a quick break and I'm gonna be finishing the stream. Alrighty guys, I don't see any questions, so I'm gonna be wrapping it up for today. Thanks everyone for watching. See you next time.